So when Lisa Leslie is on Angel Reese's podcast and gets asked anything you would want me to work on going into year 2, Lisa Leslie has a laundry list she's already written out. Your layups suck. Your layups suck. You can't finish. You can't finish. You can't. Lisa Leslie had a
Have you ever wondered what happens when a basketball star's ego surpasses her actual talent? Angel Reese's new podcast, Unapologetically Angel is offering us an up-close look at that very drama, and it's definitely a show you won't want to miss.
I don't know what the scouts were looking at. I really don't. But following the 7, God has a plan, and it is what it is, and you ended up Chicago, but I'm just telling you.
Going into season...
You were ready.
Thank you. Going into my season 2, what's some advice that you would...
From WNBA legends calling out her layups to disappointing viewership numbers, Angel Reese's efforts to stay in the spotlight are unraveling in the most awkward way possible. You won't believe what her own mentor, Lisa Leslie, had to say about her game. Stick with us as we unpack this train wreck that's been making waves in the basketball world. Are you ready? Let's dive in. What's wild is that Angel Reese can't seem to escape Caitlin Clark's shadow, even on her own turf. Despite launching Unapologetically Angel to give fans a glimpse into her life off the court, it's turned into a series of unexpected blunders. Every episode, no matter who's sitting across from her or what the topic starts as, somehow always circles back to Caitlin Clark.
Reese on the Unapologetically Clout-Chasing Caitlin Clark podcast. I think that's what it's called. Unapologetic Clout-Chasing of Caitlin Clark podcast, hosted by Angel Reese.
It's almost as if Caitlin Clark has become this unseen guest star that Angel Reese just can't shake off. Is it the guests who keep bringing her up, or is Reese unknowingly steering the conversation straight toward Clark Island? We can't help but wonder what's really going on in Reese's mind. Could it be intense rivalry, hidden admiration, or is Caitlin Clark just that much of a dominant force in women's basketball right now? We're seeing this pattern play out. 1 minute, Reese is talking about her favorite pregame rituals, and the next, bam, someone's raving about Clark's latest record-breaking feat. It's almost comical how predictable it's gotten. Fans on social media are having a blast with it, even joking that the podcast should be rebranded as The Caitlin Clark Show hosted by Angel Reese.
Because of women's basketball, whenever you think of Angel Reese, people often mention Caitlin Clark. You've said in interviews, there's no beef, but the media keeps going on. This is your platform. So how do you feel about that situation?
I think just being able to be in that moment of it happening, you never realize how something can literally change your life. And knowing my 5 fingers and my other finger pointing at my hand could literally have changed my life for forever. It's crazy.
But here's where it gets interesting. This Clark-centered content might actually be helping Reese in ways she didn't expect. Think about it. Every time Clark's name is mentioned, it's drawing more attention to Reese's podcast. Basketball analysts are starting to notice too, pointing out how Reese's efforts to highlight her own journey often end up getting overshadowed by discussions of Clark's achievements. It's a weird kind of spotlight, but one that's undeniably keeping Reese in the conversation.
Lisa Leslie appears on Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel. She gives Angel some advice. Just a hint, it has to do with her layup.
You got to wonder what this is doing to Reese's image and the original goals she had for her podcast. Did she really set out to create a platform where she's constantly being compared to Caitlin Clark? Or is this just an unexpected plot twist in the Angel Reese story? It's a fine line between staying relevant and becoming obsessed, and right now, it's tough to tell which side Reese is leaning toward. Are you ready to hear what her so-called mentor had to say about her?
Going into my season 2, what's some advice that you would give for me?
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups.
You thought the Caitlin Clark comparisons were rough? Well, Angel Reese's latest podcast episode just took a detour straight into Awkward City when WNBA legend Lisa Leslie walked into the Unapologetically Angel studio. Fans were probably expecting some light-hearted banter and a few pearls of wisdom, but instead, they got a front row seat to what can only be called a public roasting session. Leslie, not one to sugarcoat anything, decided to keep it real, like really real.
it's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups. But I was looking at her stats. I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. And even worse than that is that shots from 5 to 9 feet, 13.
Let's break this down, shall we? Leslie, a two-time WNBA champ and one of the most dominant players in women's basketball history, didn't waste a single second. She looked Reese dead in the eye and dropped this truth bomb. Asterisk. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups. Period. Asterisk, ouch. Can you imagine sitting there, trying to host your own show, while your basketball idol essentially tells you that your fundamentals need some serious work? But wait, it gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it.
Like WNBA leveling up and all eyes on her now. I think that she knows that she has to completely restructure her form, because that is not the way to be efficient in the post position that she is in. At the post position that she's in, a layup is supposed to be a given. She needs to improve her touch around the rim, like all over the place, but she seems to take these desperation shots.
Leslie didn't stop at just critiquing Reese's layup form. Oh no, she went full statistician on us. She pointed out that Reese averaged a dismal 39.1% from the field during her rookie season. For those of you who aren't basketball buffs, that's not great, especially when you consider that Reese was shooting below 50% on shots less than 5 feet from the basket. That's like missing half your shots right at the rim, the easiest place to score from.
Kennedy Carter Instagram account right here, guys, and I'm here to tell you, bruh, she's been going on a little rant all night long. Now, this is the tweet right here that kind of sparked everything. She stated, I think the ability to consistently make layups just put anyone in a different tier. So important to score easy. Now, a lot of people is insinuating that this tweet is towards Angel.
Now, picture this. Reese is probably sweating bullets, trying to hold it together as Leslie just keeps dishing out these brutal truths. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You can't look away. The tension in that studio must have been so thick, you could have sliced it with a knife. And keep in mind, this is the same Angel Reese who faced stat padding allegations all season, to the point where her coach got fired. Things were already intense. And now this, it's like the drama is just piling on.
Like I've been telling y'all, bro, she has been making it her business to sneak this Angel Reese every chance she get. Now, since she's been cut, it look even more obvious. Somebody said, LOL, you ate down. Now, this tweet right here just popped up here. Somebody tried to come into the defense of her because we know she's a free agent. So, like, if you throw teammates, ex-teammates under the bus, that's going to hurt you even more.
Here's the thing about pro athletes. They love spilling the tea on social media. And when it comes to the Chicago Sky, Carter just cranked up the heat to boiling point. You know those cryptic tweets that make you stop and think, asterisk wait, what's the real story here, asterisk well, Carter dropped a doozy that had everyone connecting the dots faster than you can say asterisk layup asterisk. She tweeted about the importance of making layups. Sounds innocent enough, right? Wrong. See, Angel Reese had been struggling with layups all season with a success rate of just 42.4%, the worst in the WNBA. That's not just bad, it's asterisk, maybe you should try underhand asterisk bad. Out of 321 attempts, Reese only managed to sink 136. Ouch.
Nobody mentioned this to Angel Reese through 17 to 23 years old. So every time she would meet a legend or meet somebody in the WNBA, meet a player, instead of saying, hey, Angel, let me talk to you real quick. Instead of looking out for her, you guys just do this again, because it's okay.
She can't be rookie of the year because all she do is do the flip shots, get rebounds. Just remember all that shit.
Called her Antoine Jameson. Most people, trust me, she was offended.
She didn't know who that was.
She probably does. She's a basketball fan. She probably does. But I mean, Antoine Jameson ain't cracking nobody's top 200. in NBA history. And this woman thinks she's one of the greatest WNBA players or greatest women's basketball player of all. They just called her a role player, not a star, certainly not a superstar, not a legend. Hey, you remind me of Antoine Jameson. Oh, nice player. Put up 20,000 points. No one's really heard of him. I think Antoine played at North Carolina. Anyway, Shaq slams Angel Reese to her